Hello and welcome back to another episode of Ljlitreader. My name's LJ and I'm here to talk about books. I am going to do a little vlog on the Kindred Saga, and I'm a bit nervous about this because I don't want to do it a disservice, so I'm going to try my best to kind of explain about each book, but at the end of each book, if you haven't read the next one, I do ask that you stop my video and move on. I am going to try and make this as spoiler free as possible because I want there to be as little "oh my god you ruined it for me" as possible, so I am going to try and explain my summaries as general as possible. I won't go into too much depth with them, but I'll give you some of my thoughts. I personally am a big fan, so if you're looking for a critical review of the Kindred Saga, this is not going to be it because I love it. So anyway, let me give you a synopsis of the Spark of the Everflame, which is the first story in the Kindred Saga series. We are introduced to a world where some aliens with superpowers. I did say I was going to give you a synopsis. This isn't a blurb, this is my version of events. Some aliens with superpowers come along and colonise the land from the humans, making them all a subspecies of their own planet. World. I don't know. I think maybe, possibly, it's like a continent. It's a continent with separate countries on it and an island in the middle. I don't know if it's an entire world, so maybe it's a little bit like Middle Earth is a big chunk of land, but there's the Easterlings and the Southerlings that come in sometimes. Who knows? The continent is colonised by these aliens, and they're called the Kindred. And the Kindred are superhuman, amazing people with these superpowers, and they get all loved up with some mortals and end up having children, and these children are called the Descended. And the Descended basically go forth and multiply, and they are tasked with looking after the mortals, and the mortals are basically over time told that they can't have their religion anymore, that they are a subspecies, that they're beneath the Descended, and they're just the lackeys, they're the slaves, they're the hoi polloi of society, basically. So over time, the premise that the Kindred had of the Descended looking after the mortals has become the Descended ruling over the mortals. And a few hundred years later, there are 9 kingdoms of, I think it's Emerian. Humans are the lower class, and that is where our main girl, DM, comes in. DM lives in the realm of Lumnos, and she's trained as a healer. She lives with her mum, her dad, and her brother Teller, who is cute as fuck, and I love Teller to pieces. And she's grown up causing mayhem with her best mate Henry and being general mischief maker. And her dad is in the army, and he's a former captain of high rank, and he's taught her and Teller how to fight, so they're really good at fighting. She can handle herself, she can handle a weapon, she knows how to look after herself. And anyway, her and Henry have recently started fucking, and they're having a situationship thing going on where he's all like, "I love you and I want to marry you," and she's like, "Oh, commitment, I'm not so sure about that." And so they start fucking. Teller fancies the Forbidden Princess, which is relevant to the story, so just bear that in mind. Teller fancies the princess. And DM, she's not like the other girls. I know that's a sad trope. She's not like the other girls. She's a pick me princess, but she's not. She's she isn't like the other girls, only in the sense that She's badass, but she's got like pale hair, not blonde, but like white, and her eyes are grey, and she's supposed to be immortal, so everyone's like, oh, you're descended, and she's like, no, I got this virus, this bug thing, and it turned my eyes weird colour and my hair a weird colour, and that's why I look the way I do. And she goes on about this quite a lot, like, oh no, I'm not descended yet, I'm not. So we go through this book and she tells everyone this all the time, and they're like suspicious and like, you're a fucking descendant. She goes, no, I'm fucking not, I got ill, don't be ableist. And so she kind of goes on in this little way for a while. Anyway, it's relevant, just bear that in mind. So her mum goes missing, and that's like the catalyst of the story. Like, her mum goes missing and she has to go out and about and find out why. So she kind of takes on her mum's healing role, and she ends up not taking her magic potion her mum's been making her take for all of her life. And she's like, I don't need this anymore, because she has this weird encounter with a lady in an alleyway who basically is like, stop taking the potion. I could have you if I wanted you, but I'm not going to take you now. But you stop taking that potion, girl. You stop taking that potion. So DM's like, a weird lady accosted me in a street and told me not to take this potion. So I'm going to listen to the old lady, not my mum, who's been giving me this potion for years and years, but I'm going to stop taking it. And anyway, there's something weird about this potion, because when I talk about it, everyone's like, so I clearly shouldn't have been taking it anyway. So she stops taking it, and that's when all the weird shit starts happening, and turns out DM's got like mad powers. DM ends up going to the castle and helping the royal family, because that's been one of her mum's duties, and she goes to help like the super cute princess that Teller fancies, and she uses her weird mad powers, and everyone's like, how did you do it? And she's like, I'm just a really good healer. She goes to sort of like help with the dying king, and he's like on death's door, and it's, you know, he'll pop his clogs. And that's when we meet Luther. He's like the Shaddaddy of all Shaddaddies. We like Luther. He is the Shaddaddy. And if you don't know what a Shaddaddy is, it's a shadow daddy, and we like the shadow daddies. We like the shadow daddies. And she basically draws attention of him. He's kind of like, I'm going to keep my eye on you. I don't trust you. And she's like, okay, but I'm going to go and spy on you and spy on this whole castle, because I'm DM and I can get away with this shit. And he's like, are you descended? And she goes, no, I got this fucking virus and it made my hair go all pale and my eyes go grey. He gives like major, don't touch her, if you touch her you die vibes. And he's pretty sexy. He's got like covered in scars, and he's got like floppy hair, and we like him. We like Luther a lot. DM gets herself in hot water all the time. She makes really shit decisions. She has to fix her decisions. So she's always making shit decisions that she then has to fix. She gets tangled up in rebel alliances called the Guardians of the Everflame. The descended, brooding, dark horse man, Luther, follows her around and is a bit, he kind of pops up everywhere she goes, and it's like, la 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 la, oh, it's Luther, oh, I'm getting the tingles, and we fancy Luther. Oh, you can't help it, I can't help it, DM can't help it, because it's Luther, fuck's sake. Anyway, there's a mystery about her mum's disappearance and some truly abhorrent descended behaviour that we do not like. We don't like the descended in this book. The descended are all scum, except for Luther, because if looks could kill, he will kill you. My girl DM, she has it in the bag. She's fucking amazing. So she navigates all of this shit and ends up having a really fucking amazing cliffhanger of an ending, which is, it's a good ending. And I'm not going to tell you any more about the plot because I'll ruin it, but just read the book. If you don't love DM as much as I do, then there's something fucking wrong with you, because DM's fucking brilliant. But what I will say, going into my thoughts on the book, is that this book is basically a giant introduction to the next book. And so just bear that in mind, that this is a giant intro, and it doesn't really get going until like halfway through. and then it starts ramping up, and then suddenly you've got this bam killer ending. It's like, fuck, what the fuck just happened? And then you have to read the next one. And then when you read the next one, wait, I'm jumping ahead of myself. We're not talking about the next one yet. We're talking about Spark and the Everflame. Anyway, DM is a great multi-dimensional character. I like her. She's feisty, she's compassionate, she's angry, she's conflicted. She goes through all the emotions. She's definitely not perfect. She makes shit decisions all the time. And then we still love her for it. We love her for it. It's easy to root for her. This reads really quickly. And I really enjoyed all the world building and the characters. The world building in this really gripped me. It was easy to get involved in. It didn't take time for me to get my head around it. You know, with some epic fantasy, sometimes you spend most of the book going, what the fuck is happening? I don't understand. And this was just like, dun 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 dun, Kindred, the Descended, humans. What more do you need to know? A group of aliens came along and had some babies, and suddenly, now we're cooking with gas. Anyway, this was recommended to me by my friend Fion, and I need to say thank you, Fion, for recommending me this book because I really liked it. And she actually sent me a copy. I'm very lucky. I'm very, very lucky. Going back to the book, because I got distracted there. I really like the slow burn. There was a good slow burn. We've got Henry. We don't like Henry, so we're not going to talk about him. But he's like, Henry. He gives me the We don't like Henry. But DM and Luther, we like that burn. We like that burn, and we like a kiss that she can never forget. Give me enemies to lovers. Yum. Friends to lovers. No. No. But Luther's got the best. If you touch her, I kill you vibes. I can't root for anyone other than him. He is the character that we want. And apart from that, DM and Luther have top-notch banter. In terms of the book, it's got enough action to keep you engrossed. It's got a lot of world building to get through. As I said, it's like a giant introduction. But once you get through it, the next book is... The ending had me fucking screaming. I was screaming to all my friends. So all I can say is read this book. The ending will have you screaming, because that was me. I rated it 5 stars, immediately went on to the next one. Now, if you have read Spark and enjoyed this review and plan to read the next one, I will try and make it as spoiler free as possible. Please go on to the next part of this video. Now, if you have not read Spark and have not read Glow of the Everflame, then I would recommend stopping here, reading Spark, and then coming back to my video for the next one. And then, obviously, as long as you've read Spark, we can proceed. So, here we go. There's a fucking crown. A crown on someone's head. Jaws to the floor. I know. Oh wait, hang on. We're talking about Glow of the Everflame. I forgot to introduce it. Anyway, this is Glow of the Everflame. DM is suddenly thrown into the lap of the creme de la creme of the Descended elite. She is suddenly in the Viper's nest. There is a lot of drama going on, and she has to choose to make some alliances. But who with? We don't know. Who with? It's a mystery. It's sink or swim time. Meanwhile, she's still got her fingers in all the pies. Does DM. She doesn't know where she's coming or going. And she's still trying to make friends with Guardians of the Everflame. She still wants to support the mortals. And at this point, she pretty much hates all Descended. But there's a fucking crown on her head, quite literally. Fucking thing won't come off. So, you know, there's a crown on her head. And our girl DM is under pressure now. She's got to impress the Descended and not make any enemies. And saying Descended really quickly is hard. Descended. And she's jumping into bed with the Corboy family. I hate words I don't know how to pronounce. Corbois family. Let's go with that. Fucking stupid names. Anyway, she's jumped into bed with them because they're already the royal family and they're like, we know what we're doing, so trust us. And she's like, do you know what? I fucking will, because Luther's my boy, and if Luther says I should trust you, I'm going to trust him because I've just got a good feeling about him. Quite literally. She's also trying to stay sweet with Henry. Henry and the Guardians of the Everflame. And it's a lot for one girl, but we can trust DM with her heart of gold to fuck it up, basically, because that's what DM does, and we love her for it. We love her for a bit of fucking up. Things with Luther are fucking steamy, and this one is a super slow burn, but we love it. We love every fucking second, because everything that comes out of that man's mouth is gold. It is liquid gold. He makes me want to take my clothes off and get into bed and fuck an imaginary person. He is Luther. I dare say it, worry that I might say his name when I'm with my husband, because that's how much I fancy him. Carl, if you're watching this, I'm sorry if I ever call you Luther. He doesn't watch this, so it's fine. Anyway, this one has got new friends, old friends, enemies, lovers. Well, not really lovers. It's slow burn, remember. Slow burn. Slowest of all burns. And there's heartache, heartbreak, grief. It's got everything. Now, she's got to get grips with her magic for a glorious showdown, and war is coming. So it's all happening for DM at the moment. Thoughts on this one? This one was actually my absolute favourite. I loved Glow of the Everflame the most, and I read this in 24 hours. Quite literally, 24 hours. I did not sleep. A, because I couldn't sleep because I'm mentally ill, but B, because I needed to know what happened because this book was so darn good. All the pacing issues I had with the first one are fixed here. The suspense is consistent the whole way through. Henry is still a dick. Luther and the slow burn going on there had me weak at the knees, and the speeches that man comes out with are enough to have you a quivering wreck on the floor. Oh my god, they are so good. I highlighted, basically whenever he was talking, I was just highlighting it, like, this is, I want this said to me during sex, thank you. Take notes, Carl, take notes. And I love the build up, the quality of their romance. Really liked all the political intrigue in this one. I like the promise of war, the power play, the suspense around DM's powers, because basically girl knows she got powers, but she can't fucking use them. Except for when she gets really pissed off and then doesn't need to use the powers. The powers should not be had is when DM uses them, because girl knows how to fuck it up. This one had me laughing because there's hilarious new characters with XXL banter, possibly even XXXL banter. It had me sobbing for Teller and DM because there's a horrific scene. I don't want to ruin it for you, so I'm not going to say any more, but I was crying my eyes out. My eyes were tears. Tears were coming. They were on the floor. I was a sobbing mess. This book is a fucking roller coaster. That's what it is. Throughout, we still had the mystery of what happened to DM's mum, which I'm not going to lie, in this one I started to find it a bit frustrating because I was like, where the fuck did this bitch go? Where did she go? I don't know. But will we find out about it? I don't know. Will we find out whether this bitch is found? I don't know. I'm sure it can also be frustrating for how stupid DM can be, and sometimes you want to bang her head against a wall. But I like that about her. I like that she's not perfect. You know, I'm not really sure how Luther puts up with her stupid decisions and mistakes, because she never fucking listens to him and she just goes off and does her own thing. But I find with DM, and I don't know if anyone else finds this about her, but she makes these stupid mistakes and I find that she learns from them, and there is a degree of character growth for her because she's a girl that only learns from her own mistakes. So she has to make stupid decisions to work them out. And also she's not great at putting 1 and 1 makes 2 together sometimes. And it takes her a little, I know it's because it's the author and the author's made out that she's like super naive, but like sometimes it takes her a while to get from A to B and make C. because it just takes her a while, and that can be frustrating. But I like it. I like the fact that she's stupid, and I like that about her, you know, because in the end she is actually pretty badass. And I think it's refreshing to have a not perfect main character, and I think other people would find that annoying, but I like a girl that makes mistakes but isn't annoying with it. I don't find her annoying. I find her refreshing. So it might just be an LJ thing, but she gets a thumbs up from me. I love the world building, and I'm finding out about the other realms and their powers, and how you find out more about the Descended and how they work and how they operate and all the political side of things, and it's really interesting. And also you get introduced to Griven, and her name is Sore. She's fucking cool. She is fucking the best part of this book. The flying Griven. I think it's a Griven. I might be mispronouncing it. I do that a lot. It's a bad habit of mine. I fucking love this one. The ending had me screaming, of course, and I rated it 5 stars, and I highly recommend that you read it too. And if you have read Glow of the Everflame and want to read the next one, or you have read Heat of the Everflame and you want to hear my thoughts on it, then go forth. I will try for making it as spoiler free as possible. But if you have not read Glow of the Everflame, do not watch anymore. Go and read it, because that's what you should be doing. And then if you want to find out more about the next one, come back and watch this video and I will tell you about Heat of the Everflame. Sorry. Heat of the Everflame. Here we are again. I've had to switch cameras because my other one died. Whoops. So, if you have read Spark of the Everflame, Glow of the Everflame, and you want to read Heat of the Everflame and want to know what I think of it, or you have read all of them and you just want to know what my thoughts and opinions are, then welcome to Ljlitreader's next part, part 3. Woo! If you have not read Glow of the Everflame, why are you still watching? Because I don't know. You should stop, go read it. Everything has gone wrong, because this is DM and nothing comes easy for DM. What does this girl do? Fuck it up. But why do we love her? Because we do. Anyway, DM's coronation has gone horribly wrong. DM is now prisoner with the Guardians. But now they don't like her because she's got a fucking crown on her head and got magical powers. So, you know, she's caught in the middle between old alliances and new friends, and DM's trapped and unable to escape. But who rescues her? Fucking Griven does. Sore comes in and goes, and Luther jumps down and he's like, and then she's like, no, go back. And so she sends them back, and then he gets, you know, an arrow thrown at him and all this shit, because the Guardians have now got these weapons that are edged with this material that basically kills Descended people. Go away, notifications, we don't need you. She sends them back, and he then turns up in the dead of night, sneaks in, and he's like, because he can't use his magical powers in other realms, so he's just using his sword. They then escape. People get hurt. It's not good. It's not good. But they get away, everything gets down, and they run. And then they suddenly are on this like mad, we can't go home, we've got to travel the universe trip. And so they go off on an adventure basically, and DM is ethically caught in the middle here between mortals that she's sworn to protect and a Descendant that she's come to know and in some cases love. And it's a subtle dance that she must maneuver. It's hard work. DM struggles with it, I must admit. Once rescued, she embarks on a journey through the realms and is learning more about her powers, but also about a new enemy that we have yet to meet, and you will find out about. And it's one that threatens everything that she's come to love, so we have to be very careful about this old enemy that we've discovering. She locks horns with all the crowns, and she's set to find out more about her heritage, the Kindred, and and her plan to unite all of Emerald, basically, with the mortals and the descended, all as friends. So she needs to save them all from this bad guy that's come along. Anyway, this book, absolute fucking chunk. It's like 1,000 pages long, but I loved it. DM is still far from perfect. She's annoying as fuck. She has a habit of thinking she knows best and then fucking it up, because that's what DM does best. Fucking it up. This is frustrating because she never listens to her advisors or her friends or anyone, and she just kind of does her own shit. The reader can feel a little bit frustrated, but I kind of like her. I like the predictability of DM fucking things up. It makes for suspenseful reading, so I mean, I like it because it keeps the plot going, the pace choppy, the pace, you know, with a bit of pizzazz. But other people may find that annoying, but I like her predictability to fuck things up, because that's what DM does best. Anyway, I definitely felt myself annoyed by the interactions with Luther. There was a plot point there that I can't go into too much detail about, but he was really a wet wipe for half of this book, and I did not like it. The man went from "I shall save this woman and burn down the world" to "I shall be a self-sacrificing bitch and cry all the time." There was an obvious plot point with him, and I think when you read it, you'll be with me feeling frustrated, like, fucking talk to each other, like, come on. The miscommunication trope got really old and fast. Ugh. I hate the miscommunication trope. I hate it so much. I hate it. It's obvious that they should have a conversation, but somehow the author thinks it's a great idea to just make it trickle along with this miscommunication. People are not that fucking thick in real life. Old and tired seriously quickly, and I was over it quickly. When they were travelling, I got a bit sick of this miscommunication trope, and I put the book down to rant at my friends because it was such an obvious plot point, and I was like, fuck's sake, just fucking talk to each other or get your kit off and show her what the problem is. Quite literally. Finally get normal Luther back, and thank the fucking God he is back. He is back, and then it is fire, it's steam, it is... Ooh, this man, he knows his speeches. I like Luther and his speeches. And when they start talking properly, she starts making better decisions, because prior to that, she makes fucking shit decisions. And she listens a bit more, but obviously to the wrong people, which is kind of obviously DM, because what does DM do best? Fuck it up. but the girl can't be perfect, alright? She can't be perfect. She can't save the world without fucking burning a few onion rings. I don't know why I said that. But burnt onion rings apparently equate to saving the world. Did this book frustrate the fuck out of me? Yes. Did I cry a lot? Yes. Did I laugh a lot at the pure banter? Yes, I fucking did. I had a great time. And so sue me, I like DM. I like her a lot. And if you find her really annoying, I can understand. But I don't. I think she's refreshing and interesting. And what does DM do best? She fucks it up. I'm a big fan of character growth, and I've read a few reviews that says she doesn't have character growth, but I strongly believe that the DM does, because this girl learns from making mistakes, and when she's made a mistake, she generally learns from it. And I find that her feisty character and her making mistakes and causing all the problems just makes for fun time reading, and I read it quickly, and I'm engaged, and I'm enjoying myself. And isn't that the point of a whole book? I mean, if you find yourself shouting at a book and you're having the best time with it, is that not the best experience that you should be having? You know, she's a badass. She's got all these fucking amazing powers, and I actually cannot wait to see what happens next. The end of this one had me... What was that? Had me screaming. Yes, of course. And I was literally screaming. Why is this happening? Why? Penn Cole, why have you done this to me? I fucking love your books and I am a fan. Please write the next one faster or release it faster because I need to know what happens next. Please, 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 please. I am LJ and that is my very long-winded review of the Kindred Saga so far. Books 1, 2, 3. And if you have read all of them and you like this review, please tell me what you thought of this. Tell me what you think I should review next. And if not, and you hated this, I'm sorry. I tried my best. I really did. And it's late at night and I need to carry on reading the book that I'm reading and have a cup of tea. So I'm going to go and have a cup of tea. You have a fucking great evening or a great day. And I will see you again soon. Bye bye.